It's a one-shot that you can purchase on the DM's Guild. I think it's like $4.95, somewhere right around there. But nice little adventure written by Grimm Press. And just to get it out of the way, at the top of your chat window, you're going to see two round buttons. One is a white triangle in a field of red, and the other one is a white X on a stop sign. Those are the safe gaming buttons, and if you double click on the triangle, it lets everyone know that, hey, this scene's getting uncomfortable, and we need to readjust the direction that it's headed. If you double click on the red X, it lets you know that this scene has gone too far, at which point we're going to stop and take a 5-minute break and regroup on the direction of the game. And clicking those buttons, if you need to, please feel free to click them. They are 100% anonymous.
All right.
So, that's out of the way. Welcome. You know what? Let's introduce ourselves. I'm Wintermute. I've been running Fantasy Grounds games for 9 years now. In the beginning, I was running Pathfinder 2 before I went to 5e. And I would rather run a game than play in a game any day. So generally, I'm a forever DM. And Ticonderoga, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your character?
My character is a mouthful of a name. He is Dragonborn by heritage, it would seem. Red in color. He says he is his own appointed self-knightly order of the Order of the Fang, whatever that may possibly entail. So, myself personally, I live in the West, in the Pacific Northwest. 40, been a long time D&D player, Pathfinder player, all a bunch in between. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, cool. Bait, why don't you go next?
Possibly muted?
Yeah, Odysseus, are you with us, or you're muted if you're talking? Oh, we'll come back to Odysseus. Manon, I'll let you go next.
Manon, yeah. Hi. Personally, I'm in Florida. But I came from Seattle, Pacific Northwest as well. I don't know where you are, but I was on the east side in Seattle. So that's
cool. I'm about 3 hours south, actually, but still Washington State.
All right. So my character is Manon. He's a ranger, and his backstory is he was a very active young boy, always trying to bend the rules and see how it goes and what happens until he really met bad people doing that, and he was brought into a gang. And to prove his valor, he had to kill someone, which he did. But just to find out afterwards that it was a member of his girlfriend's family. So, terribly shocked and torn by what he did, he left, and he's now wandering the world trying to live a life on his own and try to forget that terrible thing he did, but still attracted to people of bad reputation. So, just for the thrill. That's who he is. Ranger.
Okay.
And you will see him carrying a long bow, and which he seems to like a lot.
Okay, and Bob? I know you have a backstory.
Yep. Bob Minchell. I've been playing D&D for about a year now, all of it 5e, all of it under Fantasy Grounds, probably about a dozen games total. My character is Georgie, a multi-class rogue. He's got one level of bard and one level of sorcerer. You see a young adult human male. He's short, about 5'3", lean, about 160 pounds, and with a youthful face. He can easily be mistaken for several years younger. He's wearing studded leather armor with a rapier at one hip and a longsword at the other, and 2 daggers sheathed on his belt. He has a short bow hung on the side of his backpack. A water skin hangs above the rapier with a strap going over his shoulder. A small pan flute hangs from his shoulder strap. A shield hangs on the back of his backpack. And a detailed backstory I posted into the Table 1 chat earlier today.
Nice. So I'm sorry I missed that. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, Bob's always really good for a backstory. Which is nice.
I used to be a frustrated writer.
I can understand that. Okay, and everyone's in combat tracker. And yes, during the course of the game, if you have any questions about how to use Fantasy Grounds, please do not hesitate to ask, and we'll get you set up. Just a couple of things right off the bat. Does everyone know about the combat tracker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and we move a few windows around, and we can get this game rolling.
Yeah, just I noticed that on D&D Beyond, my character should have a +7 on initiative. I see it's only a +4 here. I don't know how to modify that. It's I think it comes from the +3 of the.
Yeah, that's no problem. And on the initiative, that's. Yes, bait on your character sheet, the main tab, right beside there in the dead center where it says AC and your initiative. You see that little magnifying glass off to the left? If you click it, it will expand into a window.
Yep, got it.
And then if it's just put in whatever plus in the miscellaneous column that you need to get it to where it should be.
Yep, that's done. All right. Thank you.
Okay, and just had your character sheet open, move it out of the way. Is it Tessero? How do you say your name?
Cereal would be the way I like to pronunciate it. I don't know. It was one of those things I found in a novel way back when I was like 16. I don't even remember what it was called. Just like, here, random book. Oh, okay, I'll take that. I need a call sign for an MMO, so, and I kept using it ever since.
Could you turn down your mic sensitivity just a touch in Discord?
Oh, I've got it. Better?
We're still picking up a feedback kiss.
Really? Huh. Let me close this and come back then.
Okay, we're not hearing it now.
Huh. Because I wasn't hearing anything.
And
Okay, well, let me see what I can do here then.
yeah, I'm not hearing it now. Yes, I don't want the introduction. Welcome back.
Welcome. All right. Huh. Is it still getting feedback now?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay, and let's see. We can get started now. And our story begins as, where you might expect. It's actually in you're in a tavern in a small village. And, you're sitting at the inn and so forth. And for this adventure, being a one-shot, the party knows one another. And, it's cold. There's a fog that has set in, and it's just miserable to be outside. And you have every intention of staying the night at this inn and moving on in the morning. And you're sitting in the tavern, you're having a wonderful time. The food is decent. The ale or whatever you're drinking is good quality and at reasonable prices. And all of a sudden the front door bursts open and this woman comes in, and you can obviously see that she's been beaten and bloody, and she's begging for help. And she's claiming that her child has been taken by the Phantom.
What?
Oh my god.
Say no more, lady. I will be glad to help. Tell me about this phantom.
You
Yo.
see this giant, red dragonborn bursting through.
Yeah, take a seat. I order food and water for the lady. And offer her my seat at the table.
She comes over and, you help her to the chair, and she sits down and she's very distraught. And she's talking about how her and her kid were out and the Phantom grabbed her and the kid just disappeared. And naturally, this is creating quite the commotion in the bar, and everyone in there starts talking about it. And from what you're able to hear, the Phantom kidnapped its first victim 3 weeks ago. And since then, there have been 4 other children taken from the village. And the Phantom itself is supposed to be a ghastly figure that's horrific to behold. One guy says, it's taller than any man, and it wears a long flowing black cloak, and beneath its hood, you see a bare white skull and a pair of burning red eyes that are in the hollow eye sockets. And there's a pair of large skeletal hands that are gripping this ungodly scythe that it uses to cut down anyone who would get in its way before it flies off into the darkness, taking a child with it. And you hear two guys, they're very drunk, but they're worried and excited about the Phantom claiming another one. And one guy says to the other guy, it's like, I'm telling you, that Phantom is the spirit of the necromancer, and he's back for revenge.
Back for what? What revenge? What happened to him?
Yeah, the guy takes another shot of his mug of ale, and he says that several years ago, a man arrived at the town, and this guy was Nevid, and I'm going to put his name in the chat window for you. And Norts. But he arrived in town a few years ago, and he claimed to be a holy man. And over time, he converted many of the town folks over to his way of thinking. And eventually he convinced them to build him a church on a nearby island that's just off the coast. Long story short, the man turned out to be an evil necromancer. And the town found out about it just on chance. A priest actually come to town and was able to put two and two together that this guy was a false preacher and most likely a necromancer. So the cleric went up against the wizard and he defeated the wizard. And there used to be a bridge connecting the mainland to the island, but the townsfolk convinced him to destroy the bridge so no one would have easy access to the island. But yeah, a lot of town folks do believe that this Phantom is the spirit of that necromancer. And I'm going to share an image with you. And you're right there in that little green area at the bottom of the map, but you can see the island of the church is not too far away. The obstacle in getting there is they both reside on a cliff. So if you go down, you'd have to scale the cliff and then swim across and then scale the cliff to get back up to the church. You can try and rent a boat to get over there. If you have some means of flying, you're welcome to do that. But they are... That's that one. And let's see if there's anything else. And yeah, by the time you're done talking to the drunk guy, the woman that burst into the bar, a couple of the folks have tended to her wounds and so forth, and she is a little bit calmer. But she's begging you to save her boy. And she says that her husband was murdered in front of her, and the Phantom took his body as well. Their house was on the edge of town, but she does say that she saw the Phantom head off in the direction of the old church.
And what is the name of your child?
We're going to call her Mary.
Mary. And how would she? Is there anything that just the two of you know that we could check with her to make sure to convince her that we come to help?
You can make a persuasion or deception.
Persuasion or deception. I go for that. I go for deception.
In her current condition, she is, she's willing to believe that you're there to help.
But my question was more when we meet a child, to convince the child that we come on behalf of the mother. So is there something that we could tell the child that obviously would mean we have met the mother, like a secret that only both of them know, or not yet?
Yeah, you can call her by her nickname, which we call her name's Alexis, and we call her Alex for short. And only the family calls her Alex.
Oh, okay. Good.
So, at this point...
and how does she look like?
She's about 7 years old, has red hair, and is wearing a set of, she's wearing a blue dress.
Okay.
And let me find his NPC. Woods. Okay, yes, as you're all talking about, discussing amongst yourselves whether or not you're going to help and whatnot, a gentleman comes up to you and he goes, my name is James Woods. I had a child that was taken a few weeks ago. He couldn't do anything by himself. But now that you're here, he wants to go with you to help defeat the Phantom. And, the only thing he's looking out of this is possibly getting his child back or ridding the world of this monster.
Sounds good. The more people, the better. Do you know how we could get a boat so we can get across to the island?
He goes, yes, but you're probably not going to like it.
What does that mean?
Give me just a second to open up the appropriate story entry. Wacko Jacko has a boat. And, we might be able to convince him, but I'll let you know, the man's not all there. He's a little off. Hence the name Wacko Jacko.
No problem, as long as he's not going to try to stiff us too much, charge us for 3 boats when we only want 1. I've dealt with a lot of crazy people in my time. Let's see what we can deal with them.
Okay. Do you all want to leave right now, or do you want to wait till in the morning?
So it's night right now.
Yes, it is early evening. It's starting to get dark. This fog has rolled in.
Is that how far? How wide is the channel? How long is it to cross?
It's going to. Well, there used to be a bridge, and you're able to swim across it if you want. The difficulty is scaling the cliff to get up onto the island, but it'd be a 5-10 minute boat ride to get across the channel.
Okay.
If that.
I don't know. I had good dinner. I feel full of energy. What do you think, guys? I'm ready to go. But it's night, so we don't know what is there anything we should worry of in the water? Do they know? Asking the people in the tavern, what do they? What lives in those waters?
They name off the typical fish that they catch. No dangerous sea monsters like a kraken or giant crabs.
The sooner we go, the more likely it is we'll be able to save the girl alive.
Yeah.
My only hesitation is trying to go up against a necromancer, if that's what it is, at night. My vote would be to go now, but if others want to wait, I've also got no problem with that.
I mean, I can kind of see dark already. I could make light too, I suppose, but
Do we, if we do travel, do we have some light coming from the moon, or is that completely overcast so that it would be total darkness to a human like Georgie?
Everything's going to be kind of bright. The moon is out, but you do have this fog. You're going to be well lit while you can't see through the fog.
That's good enough for me.
I can live with that.
Okay, and he leads you out of town and down this trail that takes you down the cliff face to the beach area. And he's like, I did tell you that Wacko's a little off, and maybe even a little senile, but he's our best chance of the boat. And, James yells out Jacko's name, and he comes out, and you see this crazy old hermit, and he's wearing nothing but a loincloth, and He's got this long, wispy beard that reaches his knees. And, he comes running out of the cave, screaming and shouting. And he's like, I seen it again. The angry ghosty. He come a flying past again last night with another hootin' and hollerin' youngin'. He's here to punish our sins.
So you've seen him. He's real. We want to go get him and punish him for his sins. Can you help us? Can you lend us a boat?
Double that punishment. There are other kids missing too. We gotta save them.
He suddenly recoils in fear when he realizes that you all want to go to the island. And he's like, "'Tis a fool's errand, and you won't find naught there but your own demise."
That looks like go.
If fool's errand it is, and we're the fools to do it. All we need is a boat to help us get there.
He stops for a minute, and the look of horror leaves his face and so forth, and he starts talking to himself. Wow, yes, I agree. They really are insane, but, why should I care? And he looks at you and he says, sure, I'll get you over to the island, but it'll cost ye.
No problem. How much for a one-way trip? How much for a round trip?
Well, old Jacko's been a little lonely lately, and I will take you over and back for the cost of an exciting and interesting story.
That we can do. On the way back, we'll be able to tell you the story of what we did. That's no problem at all.
Well, yeah, you got to tell me an interesting story to get me to take you to the island.
So Georgie then tells him how he was on Jacques' Jungle and Java Juice junket, and how he was attacked by the Nathalan raiders, survived it, went off, and then went into space with the Spelljamers. And now has come back to hunt down pirates, land pirates, sea pirates, and apparently also necromancers, and to help straighten out this world from the trouble it's got.
Okay, let me get you to roll a persuasion or even performance. Yeah, they're probably the same. Or if you're lying and want to make a deception, you can do that as well. And, for the most part, he was hoping for a little bit more exciting story, but you did manage to tell him a good enough story that, yeah, he's more than happy to take you over on the boat. And yeah, he's like, come on, and the entire time that he's leading you to where he keeps his boat, he's talking to himself, and clearly this guy is off his rocker. He's they call me crazy, but these guys, they're crazy, but that was a decent story. And you come up on his boat, and it's about what you would expect from a crazy old hermit's boat. But he gets in, and he motions for you all to get in, and you do a quick once-over of the boat, and yeah, it'll probably float for the distance that you need to get.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, good.
And you all get on the boat, and like I said, it's extremely foggy. Whatever light source that you're seeing, it is providing light in, half the range, but everything is just this pea soup fog that you're having a hard time seeing through. But for some unknown reason, you're trusting a crazy senile old man to get you to an island. But eventually you do make it and land on a sandy beach on the island. And higher up than what you can see, there are these cliffs that you were expecting.
Georgie starts taking out his rope and his pythons so that he can and the party can start climbing up the cliff. Before he does much further, though, he asks Jocko whether he knows a way around the cliffs, whether there's an easier way up onto the island.
He referenced the bridge that used to be there, and, everyone used the bridge. So now the bridge is no longer in existence. You got to climb the cliff face.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can get to climbing then. I bought a climber's kit.
Absolutely. And let me get everyone to roll an athletics check, if you would.
All right.
That's a nat 20 minus 1 for me.
It's pretty impressive, actually. It's better than me.
Okay. Surprisingly, everyone made it up. These cliffs, he does tell you that they're about 50 feet high, and you're able to climb the first half of it with no problem. And let me get everyone to make one more athletics check, please. For the last 25 feet. And Georgie, you're climbing up, your hands on a rock, but that rock slips and you start falling. And let me get a dex save from you. And you are able to stop your falling by grabbing on to the ledge. But everyone does make it safely up to the top.
I rub my hands on on my pants. They're a little bit rough right now, but otherwise, I'm glad to be on top.
And as you get up on the top of the cliff and so forth, once again, it is very foggy and thick. You can see an old path that snakes through the forest in front of you. And however, it's overgrown, and the branches of the trees reach out towards you like they're grasping hands. And, it's kind of spooky, especially in the dark. And, however, you start making your way slowly down the path. And,
And I will cast Pass Without Trace to the party. So that will give us a +10 on stealth. I think we want to progress stealthy if we can.
yeah.
I, wearing plate, do appreciate that. Well, not plate, but scale, or not scale, but
Right.
split. Excuse me.
Not a problem. And, yeah, you're making your way without trace down the path, and up ahead of you, laying on the ground at the side of the path, is a corpse. And really, you smell it before you see it. And, it's rotten decay filling the air. There's flies buzzing around the dead man. And
The corpse is an adult, not a child.
yes, it is an adult.
I wonder if this is the husband that lady mentioned earlier.
Well, wouldn't be likely for it to be so rotten and decomposed this quickly if it was only taken tonight.
Yeah, it's at least a couple weeks old.
Can we try and guess of what it died of?
No, it's been a little too long for that.
Can we see?
Too much decay.
Yeah, there's a lot of decay. The animals have other animals have been at it, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Georgie will give him a wide berth and, as stealthily as possible, continue past him down the path.
Okay, and I'm gonna have another map coming at you. Tie and bait. And James would be carrying a torch.
I think we lost bait for the time being.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's rebooting. Keep him on the map here for a moment, and the fog is, you approach the church. The fog starts thinning a little bit, and the ground gently slopes upward, and the trees start falling away, and you see a dilapidated old church with a crumbling steeple that sits atop a small hill. And the path leads to a gap in the lone stone wall. The wall surrounds, this decaying edifice and its grounds. You can see that it leads you through a graveyard filled with ancient tombstones, and the path ends at the front of the front doors of the church. One of the doors of the church is wide open. It's hanging off of its hinges, and you see this warm yellow light flooding out of the doors into the graveyard, almost as if it's inviting you in.
I want to check on the graves and see if one of them looks freshly dug.
That's smart thinking.
Yeah, you would have to move forward on the map into the graveyard in order to do that. And yeah, you see dead trees all over the place. There's many tombstones. As you start to enter, and James would come up with you, but he's not going to stray from the path. You get this strong sense of doom and dread. The air surrounding the place is heavy with the presence of a great dark evil, and as you walk about, the fog swirls around you like it's clawing at your ankles. And you are seeing many of the graves are empty. They have been dug up and their contents taken. There's a well in the courtyard, and you can see that there's a vegetable patch that was once well tended, but now it's overgrown. And I'm gonna lock tokens for a minute.
Uh-oh.
And James, Georgie, Bates not with us. Ticonderoga, you would probably notice it as well. You see this ghost appear on the map. And it's the G. It's the G icon, and yeah, you see this ghost. You know, please help me.
Georgie will come within about 10 feet of him and say, "How can we help?"
Yeah, and the ghost is making no threatening or hostile actions. And he's like, you know, I am just so tired of this cruel world. And I just want to rest, but I don't know how. And, you know, he starts going, he starts babbling, you know. What is life anyway? What did I do to deserve this? Should I have visited my mother more? And, you know, I'm just so tired. I want to rest.
Well, maybe we can help. What happened to bring you from life to this ghostly form? And maybe we can then figure out how to help you rest.
Well, he goes on to explain just a little more coherently that, you know, this necromancer come and posed as a cleric for many years. And what the townspeople didn't know, he built this church on this island because of the graveyard. And you know, even with the church being here, you know, it just made it all the much nicer for people to bring their dead bodies, which, you know, for a necromancer, a nice supply of fresh bodies is always nice. And, you know, when the cleric did come in the great magical battle that happened between the real cleric and this necromancer, yes, you know, it did kill him. However, no one properly searched the church, and the evil that was left in the church over the years has festered. And it also tells you that in the time since the necromancer's death, two other creatures have come to the island and stayed. But he's never shown himself to them because, he could just sense the evil. And, he says one was a large malicious creature filled with hate and anger. Several times now it has returned to the church with young children in its arms. It relishes on their fear before it feeds on them. He tells you that it's the same description. A tall creature with a black cloak, wearing a hood, has got the piercing yellow eyes. And the other one was a small, strange creature that had one eye and a spiky spine. And it arrived long before the big creature that eats babies. It does somewhere in the grounds of the church. It's made a lair, but then it went into the dungeon, and fairly much it lives a quiet life and doesn't eat any babies, but the ghost is able to sense that this creature's heart has been corrupted by an evil greed for power.
Well, it seems like whatever's down there probably was left unfinished by that cleric that came here centuries ago. Plus, if those guys are coming down here making what, who knows? Ultimately, we need to clean this place out. That's what you're telling us.
Yes. Do you know where your body is? Would we be able to find it? And if we give your body a proper burial, that might help you pass on?
Yeah, I was going to say, anyone that can is welcome to throw a religion check.
Okay.
And, I would even probably take an arcana if you don't have religion. And Manon, you're able to know that, if you find the body and put it back in its grave and, sprinkle some holy water and just, rebury it with dignity, that this ghost spirit would go to rest.
Okay. Is there in the church a special place, maybe a safe place, or a place that those evil creatures don't dare going to?
No. And this church was built as a lie. Apparently, this necromancer from the beginning was up to evil and vile experiments. There's nothing that's ever been truly holy in this church except for the town folks that fell under the spell.
Yeah, well, I think which do they sometimes wander outside of the church, or do they stay inside?
The small creature stays inside, but over the past couple of weeks, this large hooded creature has left and returned 5 times with children.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So we need to get into the church.
Yes.
Should we walk around it first and see what we can find out about the outsides before we walk in the front door?
Yeah, we'd like to walk around the church to see what we can know about the surrounding. So if I can, I will walk around the church, always walking stealthy.
Yes, as you walk around the church, you're seeing several windows. A couple of them are casting out light. In the top northeast corner, there's a section of the outer wall that has been destroyed that you can come in. And you have the front door.
What do you think? Take the door or the back?
I'm leaning toward going to the back. Going to the door sounds like it would be, where any evil that might be waiting for us would expect us to come in. Coming into the back might be sneakier and safer.
Well, I think
I'm
it's
okay with that.
Make use of that sneakiness there.
Okay, so I'll move you all to the back of the map where you're in the top right of the map now. Maybe, damn it.
You can do it. We have faith in you.
Yeah, line of sight is really nice, but just as you all can't move through a wall, I can't move you through a wall, so at times it's just easier to bring you back off the combat tracker. But you all should see yourself in the top right corner of the map. And
Georgie the rogue is going to sneak in as quietly and carefully as he can to let everybody else know what he can find.
Yeah, and before you even, as you get close to the hole in the wall, you smell the strong odor of dead fish and rotting seaweed. And, the battle that happened was many years ago, and long years of wind and rain, caused this section of the wall to collapse, and it's open. There's large puddles of stagnant, muddy water on the ground. And you can see in the corner of the room is a trapdoor with a heavy iron ring.
If we see nothing else, then Georgie will step around the puddles, not through them, and will examine the room carefully to see what else might be of interest or value before they approach the trapdoor.
Manon will also enter that room very stealthy and search discreetly anything they can find.
Okay, there's nothing of any value or any real interest other than the trapdoor.
I think I will cast detect magic. So that cancels the pass without trace because it's a concentration.
Yeah, you are not finding any magic coming from inside this room.
Right. So, Georgie, you're a rogue, right?
Correct. Human, so it's dark for me in here. I will need to either light my own torch or use James' torch in order to be able to see much further than where we're at.
Yeah, James will come in with you as well.
Yes, I am a rogue. Probably take two of us to lift that trapdoor, though, not just me.
Well, I guess since everybody's going in, I might as well step in too. How's this metal trapdoor?
Trapdoor lifts up with a ring around it.
Ah. Well, if you want me to open it.
All right. Make a
Crit.
You open the door with such ease that you break one of the hinges. Of course, years of being exposed to the elements did help a little bit with that, but you don't have to tell them that.
Do I see another door leading into the main part of the church?
Yeah, there's a door just to the south of you. And are you able to see on the map?
I can see that door, yes.
Okay.
So there's apparently two baddies, according to what the ghost told us. The small spiky thing is probably down below in the dungeons, and we should take care of that. But the one they're calling the Phantom may not be down there. He may be up in the main part of the church. So should we go through the door first before we go down the stairs?
I tend to start up top and work my way down. Less chance of getting backstabbed that way.
So, do you want to open the door or go down the ladder down the trap door?
Georgie will try to quietly open the door and see what's in the next room before going down the ladder.
Okay, and yes, that is the... you see the church's ceiling is hidden by thick cobwebs. Looking around the corner of the door, you can see a stone altar in the middle of the room, and there's a lantern that's resting on top of it. You can see there's an open prayer book. Before the altar is a moss-covered statue. And, you can see that there's probably one more room leading from this, but it's just a little bit out of your light range.
Well, since the light was strong enough to be coming out the door, wouldn't that light enable us to see everything that's inside this room?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, you can see that there is one more door. The church and the inside, the layout is in the form of a cross. So you're in the east wing, you can see a west wing. That there is a door, it's open, and there is some light spilling out into it.
Okay. The area's gone very dark for me, and I'm the only token that I see on my map.
I will pass through the door, and so I have dark vision, and still concentrating on detect magic.
And
It looks like the door in front of me is closed again, and I'm without any light source.
hold on just a second, and we're gonna put the torch effect on you. I went to James.
And that kind of works, right?
Yeah, I like line of sight, but at times it's a little bit of a hassle. And yeah, we'll reopen that door. And Georgie, can you see any better?
Yes, much better now. Thank you.
Okay. All right, and let's see. Okay, as you move around the room,
Can we tell whether that book on the altar, the prayer book on the altar, is dust covered, or does it look like it's been used recently?
The prayer book on the altar is dust covered. You can tell it is written in a different language. And we'll see if anyone can read it. Oh man, and you were able to read the name of the book.
Yeah, it says how to pretend to be a priest. So what language is that?
It's written in Infernal. And, as you're flipping through the book and translating, just bits and pieces, this entire book is a mocking text that the necromancer used to fool the townsfolk into believing that he was a priest. And the very first entry in the book reads, "Firstly, tell them that this book is in Celestial. They love that shit. Second, preach your sermons in the infernal tongue. Just practice your incarnations for an hour. They'll eat it up. Trust me." And it's all just a simple guide on how to fake being a priest.
Okay. Is there, so there's beside the book there is a some kind of a flask or something? Or it's just a book?
There's a book and there's a candle lantern on the top of the altar.
Mm-hmm.
And I need the party sheet and perception. Georgie. I don't know why I can't make that stick. You notice slight movement up on the walls while Madman's translating this book. And as you continue to stare at it, um, you're able to make out that there are two giant spiders up on the ceiling near the statue where Manon is at.
Guys, look up. Up above, there are two giant spiders. Manon, look, you might be in the danger range.
So are they above me or in contact?
They are above you by 20 feet.
I draw my blade.
Draw my bow.
Joji pulls his bow out also.
And gentlemen, can I get you to make your initiative rolls, please? All right. And round number 1. Madden, you are up first.
All right, so my first round is always an interesting one. I think I have 3 attacks on this first round. Because I have the basic double attack, and on the first round, the Gloomstalker. So I start with a first normal attack. Does it hit?
Let's have a short Fantasy Grounds lesson on targeting creatures.
Oh, I forgot to talk.
Yeah, you can control click, or you can drag and drop that dice on their combat tracker entry or on the token itself. In cases like this where you did an attack roll but you weren't targeted, if you will click and drag that 16 from the chat window, you should be able to drop it on the token and it'll tell you if it hit or not. And
okay.
Yes, indeed, you did hit. So now that you're targeted, yeah, you can click your damage roll.
So I will click the target roll. I will also use the favored enemy feat on that. So that gives me an extra D4. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, so that's the first.
Okay, and then it would take an extra D4 damage, correct?
Yes.
So grab your D4 dice and just drop it into the chat window, and I'll add the roll to the damage. And that was 3 on spider number 1.
Okay, then comes my second attack.
Almost a crit.
Then damage. And then the so how does it work? Action attack. This Dread Ambusher is 1 additional attack, dealing an extra 1d8. So.
Okay.
So that's 1 more attack. That fails. Pity. All right. Okay. And then I will probably move back here.
Okay. And This one is going to scuttle along the webbing at the top of the wall. It's still 20 feet out. And Georgie, you see it shoot out this webbing at you. And you're able to dodge out of the way, and it missed you. James is going to come out, and yeah, the spiders are too high up for him to do anything with his club. Ticonderoga, you're up, sir.
The spiders are too high for me to do anything as well.
I'll change that next round.
That's not entirely true. What I can do is, since I can't do anything directly, I can do things indirectly. I will cast buff on all of them, or bless. Yeah, it's kind of a buff. So, yeah, bless and all. And that will be turn. Bam! Look at that.
And this guy is going to come down 20 feet, land on the floor, move forward 5 feet, and yeah, I'm going to say he would have flanking. No, because the other guy's 20 feet up in the air. And he's going to try and take a bite out of Ticonderoga. And it's a miss.
Raise the shield, block it. Back, Squiggly.
And Georgie, you're up, sir.
Georgie is targeting that spider that just did the attack, and he's going to fire his short bow at the spider.
Nice.
Good hit.
Good.
And because we've got Ticonderoga right up against the spider, he has sneak attack on that.
Good.
And as a bonus action, he's going to back out. Well, no, he's going to move back 15 feet. And as a bonus action, he's going to help Ticonderoga with his next save or attack.
Okay.
As soon as I get him targeted, I can do that.
And we'll just skip bait. We'll cut bait.
Right, so Manon will move back a bit further, and then first attack, hit, good, and then
Good shot.
we'll target the other one for the second attack. Oh. Oh, yes.
Nice.
Right.
Okay, and yeah, James is just gonna move down one. And Ty, you're up.
I will go ahead and attack it. Target there. And roll here. Oh, it was all supposed to be one. Shit. Oh well. Did it roll with advantage? Oh, that's what it was. It was Jorgie. Nice.
Yes, I helped.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, damage for this. Max damage. God damn.
Nice. All right.
Maybe I should have kept the other two spiders on the map.
Suddenly, two more spiders appeared.
Okay, yeah, you know, you got spiders bleeding out in the chapel now.
Gross.
Okay. Going to head for that other door.
Yeah, I'm going
Very
back.
carefully and quietly open the other door, see what I can find there. Still looking for the
I just
phantom.
unlocked tokens, so you are free to move about on the map.
So I'm going back to the statue. I wanted to have a look at the statue. See if I notice anything on it.
And Ty,
What is the statue of? Does anyone Pantheon I might know?
yeah, not one that I'll name, but yeah, you can tell that it's meant to be a statue, and being a paladin, let's make a religion check.
Yay, 16.
Yeah, Ty, you would pick up that yes, it is a decent enough replica, but you know, being a paladin and you know, around the constant religious dealings that you do, you're able to notice small discrepancies in the statue, and you know, you can tell that it's meant as a sight, as a slight to churchgoers. You know, the common man wouldn't know that you know, the symbol that's carved into the statue is actually infernal instead of celestial.
I happen to know Celestial. I'm going to go ahead and carve a new Celestial, so vandalize the vandalization.
And Georgie, let's talk about when you open that door. Yeah, it's open. When you open that door, well, it was semi-open to begin with, but you open it the rest of the way and take a look around, and this room is in better condition than the rest of the church. There's a comfy looking bed that's only been partially destroyed. There's a bookshelf, a writing desk, there's a small candle on top of the writing desk. You see a small wooden trunk. And I'm gonna lock tokens for a minute. And you also see And yes, I have artwork. I love the look of these little creatures. But, yeah, crouched on the bed is a strange creature. It's got thick skin and spikes along its spine. Its hands and feet are, you can see it's got sharp talons. It's got this toothy maw that forms an excited grin. And you see it only has a single large glowing green eye. And you hear it say, "Hello."
Okay, so this is the creature that I expected to find downstairs. The one that the ghost described to us.
Yeah.
And as I quickly glance around the room, is it not dusty at all, or is it somewhat dusty?
Right now, it is. It's crouched, ready for action, but right now it's kind of just taking in the situation, and it could attack, but you think it's still making up its mind.
I answer hello, speaking Infernal.
Get a weird look like
Georgie is still holding his bow in one hand, and he's fingering the shoulder strap of his wineskin with the other.
It's like, why are you here? Who are you?
Yeah, we were on a boat attacked by pirates. We climbed the cliff, saw a church, came in for just some rest. Who are you?
And he says that his name is Rax. And I'm actually going to change his name on the combat tracker.
one of those names, huh?
What are you doing here? It looks like this whole island is desert.
He's like, I don't remember how I came to be, but, I know I came to this island a few years after, the necromancer was killed. And, a few years before the Oni arrived. And, it made a layer in the church, and this is the Nothic talking, Rax. I've explored, all this floor of the church, and, I took over this room as my lair. And, it's collected any magical loot that it's found. And
sounds interesting.
It's been in just like the first room of the dungeon. He can't explore the dungeon that much due to the skeletons and the skull.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Not being able to go down there. This Oni you mentioned, I think I've heard stories about that. This Oni is an evil thing that takes children. Am I correct about that?
Okay, let me get a knowledge. Let me get a. I'll take Arcana, History. I would even go.
I'm trying to get information out of the Nothic. So, I'd be interested in maybe a deception roll.
Give me one roll that so we have a baseline of what you do know, and then we'll talk about what the what Rax gives you.
Straight 20?
No, I'll take Arcana. Yeah, let's go Arcana or History. Yeah, you don't remember offhand a whole lot about the Oni.
No, just I'm assuming from the time frame that he's the phantom that the townspeople have talked about. So that's the direction I'm coming from.
Where? Yeah.
He does tell you that the Oni does change its appearance into that skeleton type of creature. And, it really enjoys causing misery, and it relishes the victim's fear before it finally kills and eats him. And like all of its kind, it finds babies to be particularly tasty.
Wow. I don't like that.
And it's got some help. It is a shape changer. And it even tells you that it's so well at shape changing that one of you all could really be the Oni.
I'm pretty sure I didn't wake up an Oni, whatever that is.
Yeah.
That's just what an Oni would say.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that I've kept my eye on our party, so none of us have been changed so far. Of course, the Nothic could have been the shape changer, but I'm going to assume the Nothic so far is telling the truth. And I'm going to tell it. It sounds like this Oni is a creature that needs to be destroyed. Would it bother you if we were to do so?
No, not at all.
Would we find the Oni downstairs in the dungeons or upstairs in the lofts? Where would you suggest we start looking?
This creature that you're talking to, Rax, through the course of your conversation that this creature is not chaotic evil. And, it wouldn't mind if you got rid of the Oni because it does scare him. He's worked out a deal with the giant spiders. The spiders don't attack him because he brings them fish and feeds them. But he's like, I do have 1 or 2 items that would help you in your fight. I won't fight him directly.
That would be great.
That would
Any
help.
help we could get would help, yes. Is there anything we could do for you in exchange?
We'd be clearing out the lower level.
Yeah, if you could get rid of all the bad guys, the burning skull in the dungeon, no, I'm not doing it. And let me close out a few windows here. Way too many things open. And yeah, it has, there we go, ID that one, and I'm going to put it into the party sheet inventory, but it hands you 3 scrolls, and it is a special version of the Chill Touch spell. And they do 3d8 damage regardless of the level of the caster.
Since there's 3 of us, shall we take 1 each? I think that would be useful.
That's an arcane spell. I don't think I could use it.
Can someone cast this?
I certainly can. I even have the Chill Touch as a cantrip.
Okay.
So this would simply be the same thing, but more powerful.
Chill touch. I don't even know.
So yeah, he does hand you 3 of these special scrolls. He's like, I would like to make more.
Hell yeah. Hello?
Yeah, that was a drive-by. But yeah, he would love to make more, but he ran out of material needed to make it.
These 3 will help, definitely.
Okay, yeah, what do you want to do now?
Sounds like we start heading down the trapdoor.
Down to the dungeon. And we get a new map.
Yay.
I have to step away from keyboard. I'll be listening in. I'll be right back.
Yeah, not a problem. And we'll turn off the Nothic. And there we go. There's the battle map. And that's the cellar. Georgie, and Beta's not with us. Yep. Okay, yes, you work your way down the trapdoor. And yeah, the smell of dead fish is even stronger. And you see a large puddle of stagnant black water. And oh my god, it just smells horribly. But it appears that you've come down into a storage room of some point. This was a storage room at some point. You see a few waterlogged broken crates and shelves lining the floor.
I don't have that map.
Oh, sorry.
You can't see it.
That would help.
Okay, looks good.
And everyone's got a copy of the map.
Yep.
Yeah, give me just a second. All right, and yeah, you're not seeing any exits out of this room.
Medical prescription drug coverage.
I search for secret doors or secret openings.
Same thing
Okay.
here.
Anybody that wants to search, give me a perception, please. Okay, Georgie, you and Madman, I'm gonna approve the move and unlock tokens. Close map. And yeah, you find a one of the bricks on the wall is slightly out of place, and yeah, push this brick and it opens a secret door.
Okay. The only token I see on my map is me.
Oh, you might have to resend that map again. What were your lights?
Okay. I see everybody now.
Okay.
And Georgie, sometimes with line of sight, occasionally it helps if you just wiggle your token. It's like it triggers an update. But you do find that secret door in the west wall that you see a tunnel that stretches into the darkness. On the north wall there are several cells with iron bars. And in the south wall you see a single iron-bound wooden door that is slightly ajar. And Manon, as you step into it, something about this passageway gives you the feeling of an unvoiced scream. But the only sound that you're hearing is your own heavy breathing and the beating of your heart.
I back up. Can I hear? You can hear the others?
Yeah, I'm figuring at this point the group is very hushed. You could, the only sound that you can hear is of the group. This hall is very silent, but it's got this heavy, tense feeling.
Okay, so there may be. But when I was stepping into it, I could not hear anything. So like there was a spell of silence or something.
Right. It is. It's like the entire place wants to scream, but it's not. I mean, it's just a heavy feeling of dread that you're getting.
I will cast Detect Magic again.
Once we have the results of that, Georgie plans on very quietly, stealthily, going down the hallway, seeing what he can find without alerting anything else that might be there.
Okay, can I get a stealth from you? How long is Pass Without Trace good for?
I cannot, I'm on Detect Magic, so it's gone.
Okay. It's concentration then. Okay.
Yeah.
Got a stealth roll, nice roll. And yeah, as you start moving down the hall, you stop and I'm opening the cell doors just so you can see what's inside them. But the first one, the door itself is closed, and as you're looking into it, you see a skeleton chained to the wall, and all of a sudden it begins to groan, and you can see that this skeleton is reanimating, and it starts growling at you, and it's, you know, the typical horror movie. It's chained to the wall, it's pulling on its chains.
Does it look like it would be able to pull free of the chains?
It does look well restrained.
I still want to put it out of its misery.
I quietly go back to the other party members, tell them what I'm seeing here, and then I continue on.
And that is number 4. So I'm going to just put him on the combat tracker so you all can see it. And the... Oh, I thought I opened those doors. The second one... yes, the second and third set of cells, you see they do contain bones in them, but they do not reanimate.
I'm also progressing stealthy.
In the cell below me, to the south of where my token is, it looks like that there are 2 tables.
Minus plus. Sorry.
Sorry, I see it there. This door hangs slightly open. The handles and locks are missing, and you can see that they weren't bashed out, but they were clawed out. Inside, there's a decent-sized storage room, but many of the shelves are bare. And just glancing around, quick glance on the shelves that you can see from the doorway. There's barrels, there's wine, you can see spell components, there's a large assortment of tools, there's needles and flasks and hammers and chisels.
That sounds like it's worth investigating further. We might find something in there that we could use when we actually get to the battle with this Phantom Oni.
And Madman, when you went down to the 4th cell, you see that particular cell contains the bodies of multiple individuals.
Hmm. Do they look? Is the door of the cell open, or can I walk to them, or where? Which one is this? This one?
No, this one right there.
I can't see anything. No.
Sorry, let me open the door. There.
Is it open?
No, that door is locked.
Do they look dead or not?
They are not reanimated.
At least not yet.
Yeah. Do we want to? I will. How do you say that? Rope them. I use my rope to untangle them. But the door is closed, right?
Yes. You would have to. You would either have to bash the lock open, or
you know that Georgie can probably open the lock, pick the lock when he gets there. But Georgie is meanwhile down in the storage room, seeing if he can find anything useful.
I can unlock it as well. I can also do that. But where are the others? Maybe we should regroup.
Waiting in the hall. I mean, you guys, I can still see Marion, but he's down a ways, and you went into a room, so.
Yes, Georgie's in the storeroom just south of where Takadoroba is.
So let's.
Looking around in the storeroom there, Georgie. You find a bottle of wine. There's some ink bottles. There's an ink pen. There's 25 sheets of parchment, various tools and jars and so forth.
Does the wine look like it's been aging well? Has it been on its side? Is it something that Georgie might be able to take? He's always interested in taking another bottle of wine from somewhere if he can.
I'm going to throw it in the party sheet. It's at least worth checking out.
Thank you.
Okay, so back to this door. I don't know. Do we open it or not? I mean, if we don't, my idea was to restrain them with a rope in case they get reanimated. We know we are with the necromancer here, so it's always a risk.
Well, you know the door is locked, so
I will.
Even though the bars are rusty from neglect, you think that they would still hold. Now, from where you're standing looking down the hallway, you see that it does open up into what appears to be a large circular room. You see a small pedestal set into the ground. There's some human bones on the floor. As you go down and actually look through the doorway, you can see that there's an iron door in the south wall. There are 3 suits of black plate armor standing at attention around the room, and a 4th set lies on the ground. All the walls are black and scorched.
So that's too many bones and some armor and weapons, you said?
Yes. There's bones and there's 3 suits of armor that are standing at attention, and a 4th that's lying on the floor.
I don't suppose you haven't known to detect magic, do you?
Seems fitting to go out like this.
Yeah, I think we need to be ready for the skeletons that you've passed to
Yeah.
animate and come at us, but I'm not concerned about them so much. The suits of armor, I think, will be our first real challenge. And it's 3 against 4. I think we can take them. There should not be any problem for us, really.
If you want, I think I should step in first if you think they're gonna animate.
So sorry, the bodies in the cell here. Is there a body of a child?
No. And there are, these are all skeletons, they're bones, they've been here for quite a long time. There's no fresh meat in these cells.
Ticonderoga, if you want to take point, I would have no objection.
I step into the cell.
We could pour some fire or acid on the bones, before they wake up.
Okay, Ty, stepping into the cell. And...
How did you move in?
Yes.
How did you do that? The door is locked.
Hey, yeah, a good point. We would need a thieves' tool roll.
I have that.
Me too.
Oh, really? Okay, show me that study of science statistics.
And holy crap, you unlock that door with ease. And as you start to enter the room, who's actually walking in the room? Ty?
Okay. Yep.
Georgie, I'm gonna move you and pull you back a little bit, Ty. And
Good to see you, Ray.
boom. One. Turn off the guard room. 2, 3, and 4. 4 of the sets of bones on the floor begin to reanimate. And okay. So let me get initiative rolls since y'all opened the door and these bodies have reanimated.
Man, +7 to initiative.
Very nice. And the skeleton ties in front of the door, and we're gonna try a short sword attack, which misses. Skeleton 2 can't do anything, and Ty, you're up.
Alright. I've got a clear line at that guy, so I'm going to swing at him. So I got a hit on a modified 20 for some damage. Not sure how much. 12? Okay. Second attack. I'll shoot. I think a little too overexcited. It's like, oh boy! Something to smash! Turn.
And skeleton 24, yeah, ties. there, and ooh, that's a hit.
Okay, so I will attack with my sword. It hit. It's then I have another attack as my first.
And you destroyed that skeleton.
And I move here. No, I don't enter the room yet.
Just let him come to us.
Okay, and James is going to come down the hallway.
The dead skeleton is the only one that Georgie was able to see because of his angle. Can he step past Ticonderoga to look further into the room? Or is this hallway so narrow that we're stuck in this sequence?
Yeah, you can move through a square.
So move to there 10 feet.
And I'm just going to slide him over a little bit.
Yeah, it's half squares.
Going to cast Frostbite. No.
Thompson plays poker at a lawyer's house not too far from here.
Poison Spray
Gunning napkins.
at Skeleton 24.
And he failed his saving throw.
And going to move back out of the doorway to give Ticonderoga more visibility, more action, and cast help on Ticonderoga on his next attack.
All right. Thank you.
And Georgie, you noticed that it resisted your damage.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay, and Skeleton 19.
Guess shunt over there.
And yeah, 19 is going to come down. And Ty, feel like I'm picking on you.
Not at all. I built a tank on purpose.
And well, I'm not picking on you that hard. Skeleton 2, just to move, is just gonna slide over, and you're up.
All right. My first attack will attempt to go ahead and try to finish off the skeleton that got whacked on earlier and sprayed. So let's do this. Oh, the first roll, not the second. Oh, that's right, because advantage. That throws me off so much. I'm so...
You're welcome.
Okay, double click. We'll work on it. So that'll hit. Take that one out. Go ahead and clear targets. And target this guy. Oop. And roll to attack here. Unfortunately, that is a miss. I will go ahead and step into the room. And that will be my turn. And it is up.
Okay, so is there any other skeletons to fight here? I can't see any.
2 more, and there's more space to move.
Okay, all right. So I will target this one here. Another attack. Yay.
Nice.
Very nice.
Good. That's it.
And James is going to run up and enter the room
Attaboy, James.
because skeleton,
Because he wants some fun too.
and he has a club, something that's on the ground, and he's going to move further north 5 feet. And Georgie,
Georgie moves into the doorway so he can see the remaining skeleton. And into the room, takes out his rapier and attacks the skeleton with the rapier. And that enables him to take sneak attack on it. And that will be Georgie's turn. Correction. Georgie will cast help. Well, no. Help him last 1 round. So Georgie will. Yeah, that's even Georgie's turn.
okay, and skeleton 2 is dead. And Ty, you're up, sir. Oh, wait. Yeah, sorry. I have a lot on my combat tracker. Yeah, I'm going to unlock tokens so you all can move freely. Once again, to the west of you, you have a large circular room. There are 3 suits of black plated armor that are in the room. A 4th one on the ground. Everything is scorched.
What do you think of the skeleton that we left in the first cell? Do you want to get rid of it first, or?
Oh, he already took care of it.
Okay.
He went on while I was smashing it to bits.
Okay. All right. Good. Do we want to disperse the bones or burn them? I'm afraid they will animate and equip the armors.
It's rare for skeletons to reanimate after they've been destroyed.
Yeah.
If there were zombies, definitely I would say yes, but skeletons I'm not too concerned about.
I am still. So what's the duration of detect magic? It's 10 minutes, so I'm still on it. I'm still with detect magic.
Okay, and yes, you are detecting James is here. Get in the room, James.
James stays to the wall.
Yes, as you enter the room, Georgie, right behind you, this iron door falls out of the ceiling and seals this room shut. And you can see that two of the suits of armor that are on either side, that are flanking this pedestal, start to animate. And having a clear look at the pedestal, you see the skull rise up from it and starts burning. And the only other exit from this room is to your south, but it is a closed iron door just like the one that fell behind you. And I need you all to make initiative rolls again. All right, and Georgie, you're up first.
Georgie looks at the three on the far wall and puts his sheathes his rapier as a free action. Fingers his wineskin and casts frostbite at the flame skull. Sorry, I clicked that twice.
That's all right. It did succeed on the saving throw, so roll your damage.
Well, it says on a failed save, the target takes damage. On a successful saving throw, apparently no damage.
Okay.
So since the first one succeeded, I had no effect.
Correct. Valiant try, though.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, Ty.
Correction, I'm using my bonus.
Flame skull.
Using my bonus move to cast Master of Tactics, giving anyone who attacks a flame skull advantage.
I know what I need to do. I move forward to, well, they're kind of a half square, but I move forward and go ahead and attack the flame skull. And if it hits, I'm smiting this thing.
I can hardly hear you.
Sorry. A little bit better?
Yeah.
Much better. Much better.
I'm learning that my mic setup is highly sensitive. That might be why you're getting some feedback. So I'm kind of trying to figure it out. Anyway, to the attack roll. That would be a 25 to hit, plus a whole truckload of damage.
Ooh.
24 damage. I will burning a first level slot. I will go ahead and strike again. Still hits with a 16, not smiting.
You have advantage. Don't forget, you could have hit a critic.
It auto rolled that for me. You can see in the result where it says attack, longsword +1, there was an advantage tag.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. See.
Unfortunately, the second strike is like the most minimal damage. So, well, that'll be my turn.
All right, and yes, I know that. Yeah. Okay, the suit of armor 1 is gonna try and slam into you. And it misses. It's going to try it again. And yeah, neither one succeeded. And he's an idiot because I should have moved into flanking to begin with. James is going to run up.
No, James, stay back!
And he's going to try a club at the animated armor. And that misses. And yeah, that's... Yeah, he's got 5 feet of movement, so he's going to move down. And Manon.
Manon will move here. Strike with the longbow, so
Okay.
hit. Heavy. Then we'll use the second attack. It's another hit. Partially resisted. Or is that? Okay.
Might have resistance to piercing damage.
Yeah.
And the third attack with the 1d, I always forget what is it, 1d8 extra damage if I hit.
Okay.
Yeah, miss it again. And as a bonus action, I will cast Hunter's Mark on the animated armor 1.
Okay.
Hunter's Mark. I don't know, how does it work?
Give me a second. And Hunter's Mark.
Probably drop the effect on the target. Yeah. No. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to apply a note that you put Hunter's Mark on it. And before you attack it next round, remind me about the Hunter's Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll show you how to do the effect on it.
Okay.
I might have a spell, Andy.
And okay, animated armor 2 is going to take advantage of flanking and tie. It did them no good. We're going to try it again. Oh, you are kidding me. And
Ty's got some moves.
it's going to stay where it's at for flanking.
Shield hand is strong. Oh.
Yeah, you know, you did, but we're still in the first two rounds, and you've dealt 42 points of damage to that flame skull. And
Oh, I'm sure it does not like me. I expect that.
And I want to circle. Come on. There we go.
Oh no.
Circle's the same size as the room, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we're going to do the fireball spell, which I need to target you all.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It would cover the entire room. The animated armor wouldn't be affected. The flame skull wouldn't be. And trigger the saves.
Nat 20, hell yeah.
And so you all only take half.
Oh no,
damage.
not changed once.
Holy cow.
Instant death.
Oh, poor James.
His heart was in the right place.
And with that, Flame Skull's going to come up 10 feet. Night. And it's going up and over.
So was it still in reach?
Yeah, it never left your threat range.
Okay.
Because it's 10 feet off the ground, and you're at least 5-6 feet, so you know.
Right.
And Georgie,
Okay, Georgie, to take a healing potion, is that a bonus action, or would I have to use a full action for that?
I think.
you're gonna do what? Hand him the healing.
No, if I were to take one of my own healing potions.
Yeah, that would take an action.
Okay. In that case, I am going to use my action to cast Frostbite on the Flaming Skull.
We have, who has the chill touch scrolls on them?
I've got the Chill Touch scrolls.
And he succeeded.
Again.
Dang it.
For bonus action, again going to use Master of Tactics to give advantage to the next person who attacks the Flaming Skull. And
Which will
that'll
be
be his.
Ty.
I guess, okay, yeah, so that would be me. Guess the question is to smite or not smite. No, I think Manning, if I don't finish it off, I think Manning can, so. I'm going to go ahead and attack and roll. Oh, good. Thank you for the advantage, because that got rid of a 1.
Yeah, I like
All
a
right,
little
so that's a hit.
extension.
All right. Second attack. Also a hit. Just not a 1. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Good. Darn it. If that first D8 was a little bit higher, it might have been enough. All right. Well, I guess that's me. Animated armor.
All right,
Ow.
and we are going to take flanking, and I am going to change these dice really quick.
Dice jail. What a silly
And
ad.
we're going to take advantage, and
Oh, I see what you did there. Okay.
much better.
Ow.
Okay. First attack. Right. Good.
Nice. There you go.
That's the
Excellent.
way. That's the way.
So then that's my second attack on armor 1. Miss.
And yeah, target was immune. Okay, sorry. Animated armor 2. Hey, we're going to take flanking again. And
Good.
don't you wish I would have never changed the dice? And we're going to try the second attack. And it's a miss as well. Georgie.
Georgie is going to take one of his healing potions as an action. And then he's going to cast advantage on attack, Master of Tactics, on Ty. And that's his turn.
It's a tough situation to be in when no matter what, I'm going to end up provoking, so.
Yeah, but better provoke than flanked.
Well. This is true.
But it is.
Then again,
like,
you could attack first, and if you happen to defeat Armor 1, then you only have to worry about the first remaining armor.
You make an excellent point. Cancel that move, please.
all right.
All right, so I'm going to target our animated armor 1 and thwack.
Good.
Second attack. Oh, that was almost a crit. Damage.
Yeah, good. Excellent.
All right. In that case, I'll just go ahead and step in front to there. And that'll be your turn. Madman's up.
Over here. So I transfer as a bonus action, I think I transfer my Hunter's Mark to
Okay.
this one here.
Actually, I'm going to delete that effect off of him. Let me pull up your Hunter's Mark. That effect actually goes on you.
Okay.
Because what it does is it adds an extra 1d6 to the next damage roll that you make.
Right.
Miss. The second attack. Hey, Chris.
Hey!
Nicely done.
Extra damage included.
Right.
Okay, and well, Tav's there. We're gonna do a slam attack, and we're gonna do a slam attack, and yeah, he's just gonna bebop around you. And Georgie.
Georgie takes his bow again and fires at the armor. And thanks to sneak attack,
Good roll. Good roll. And
Well, that was quite a fight. God.
Good fight. Oh. I know he would not like it, but I will search the body of our dead friend. I don't know where.
Looking at your game. What's left of them?
I don't.
and Georgie would search the armor as well, see if he can find anything of him there.
yeah, as you're searching, you're not finding anything of any value on them. And, you know, the suits of armor, this isn't the first fireball that this room has been through. And, so, yeah, you know, if you'd like to take a short rest where you all can throw some hit dice, you're more than welcome to.
That's what I was going to recommend.
Yeah, I'd probably recommend that as well. So, I am down a lot. Actually, I'm down so much I may want to do a prayer of healing. I don't know. We'll see. Because I think I'll end up using.
I can give you a potion of healing.
Oh, okay. That will. Thank you. That would spare a couple.
Where do we see how many hit dice we have remaining? Yeah, okay, here it is.
I'm just going to manually roll that here in just a second. Nice. 7 hit points.
So our dear friend John had nothing on him. I still don't understand why he wanted to join.
One of his kids was taken.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And
He
not
was
that it
super-
not that it matters. It was not the Oni, but it was a doppelganger. And yeah, that fireball saved you from having to fight him in the next couple of rooms.
Do we figure that out after he's been fireballed, or do we not know that?
No, you do not know that. There wasn't much left of him after the fireball. It's like he was the center of it. And gentlemen, we've been playing for 2.5 hours. Let's take a 10-minute break here.
Okay.
Sounds good.
No worries. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Get a drink.
We'll see you at about 9:50.
All right.
I'm back.
Same here.
Yes, so I got kicked out of Fantasy Ground. I'm reconnecting.
Yeah, no problem. It happens occasionally. I really am digging Fantasy Grounds Unity. So, major improvement from the old classic version.
Yeah, I don't know it. Right, looks like I'm back. Cool.
And we're still waiting on one. I do like the leftover bloodstains on the map.
Yes, definitely.
Even though at some point in time I turned them blue or purple and never changed it back. Okay, everyone's back. And yeah, man, I'm gonna move you back 5 feet. There is a iron door there in front of you.
That would be why.
I'm sorry.
Do we see a lock or any camera?
No, but you can pry it open with a strength check.
Should we check for a trap first?
I'm sorry. Yes, you can check for traps. Perception or investigation, either one. And the door is locked, but it can be picked with thieves' tools. And Madden, you managed to pick the lock. Jordy, you failed on your attempt. But the door does open, and you can see that it is a... let me see what's there. Layers, walls. Oh yeah, it is open, no doorway. Yeah, you can see it leads down to a long passageway extending into the darkness. The air is thick and musty, as if you were the only living souls to have entered here in a long time.
Progress stealthy.
I'm also going as slowly and carefully as I can.
Okay, and you come to a door, and it's the right room. Looking into the room, you find it's some sort of laboratory. There's all kinds of alchemy apparatuses on tables throughout the room. You can see one setup has 3 vials that contain a liquid of 3 different colors. One is clear with snowflakes in it. One is blue and bubbles and steams as if it's boiling. And the third is red. And there's a heavy-duty steel chest in this room as well.
We should take the vials, but before we do, let's check the chest for traps and see what might be inside that.
Is there a door in this room? Hmm.
Just the door in.
So we search. I search also for a secret passage on the walls.
If you would give me a perception or investigation, and Georgie, if you want to roll 1 on the chest to see if it's trapped.
20.
And Georgie, no, the chest isn't trapped. Manon, you are not finding any secret doors or hidden compartments in this room.
Okay.
Okay. Can we open the chest or is it locked?
It is locked, and it is an extremely durable chest. Thieves' tools again.
What's the best way for me to roll by thieves' tools?
My only child.
And yeah, I'll take.
It would be the actual thieves' tools themselves, because you get a proficiency bonus with them.
Do you have a set of thieves' tools?
I've got a set of thieves' tools and I am proficient with it. So what's the best way to roll that?
You should dexterity as well. If it's the same as sleight of hand, then I guess you should keep that roll.
We can go with the sleight of hand, and you do manage to open or unlock the chest. And inside the chest, you find 2 vials of acid. There are 4 flasks of alchemist fire, 1 potion of greater healing, and 1 potion of longevity, and I have identified the items and thrown them in the party sheet.
That's cool. Let's see the alchemist fire is a cool thing.
Okay, that potion of longevity is wow. Like jackpot.
Wow.
I'm taking 1 vial of acid and 1 flask of alchemist fire.
I think I should take an alchemist fire as well, because sometimes you never know when a grenade-like weapon can come in handy.
That's what I'm thinking.
And let's talk, you all are going to take the potions that we're brewing, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
They turn out after identification. It's cold resistance, greater healing, and heroism. and they are in the party sheet as well.
Would anyone object if I took the potion of cold resistance?
No. Can I take the potion of heroism?
Yes, you can. It would make better sense on you, I think, than it would me, considering I can already cast that spell.
Okay, and I will take.
Bluff aspect, anyway.
I'll take one of the potions of greater healing, leaving one in the party in case we need it there.
Oh, there's two of them. I guess I'll take the other. I just didn't want to take it if it was only one.
So what do we do with the potion of longevity? It's a very rare. You want to try and sell it together? Just take money out of it, or?
Yeah, but somebody needs to carry it. Or you can just leave it here in party sheet.
Yeah, I would leave it there.
Okay.
And unless somebody gets artificially aged during the adventure, then yes, at the end of it, I would sell it. At 19 years of age, I don't really want to get much younger.
I hate that you said that because now it's very foreshadowing.
That was a nice room.
I will say they put a lot of loot in there in this adventure, because even the storyline said that Rax the Nothic would give you the 3 enhanced scrolls of Chill Touch, but he has various magic items hidden. So, yeah, that's all you find of value in this room.
Okay, moving on. Still stealthy.
Yes, as stealthy as we can.
Oh, another one. You can't see me anymore.
And yes, you do find another room, and it's a dust-covered bedroom that once served as a library. There's a large double bed. The other half of the room contains bookshelves full of old musty tomes, a comfy-looking armchair, and a writing desk.
I will search again for secret openings or doors.
And I will be searching for anything that might be of use in the coming battle.
Okay, good roll on the... Oh, that was a 30 on your stealth. Perception 23, which was a good roll as well. You are not finding any secret doors or hidden items in this room. Georgie, yeah, you're looking through the books, and you're finding, a few titles, Archmaid Thornton, Battle Axe's Tome of Adventures, Janus Guide to Necromancy, Magic and Philosophy by Ron the Wise, and The Art of Trickery by Vakmada the Rogue. And on the writing desk, you do find his journal. And glancing through it, you see that, it's a detailed story of the wizard's plan to build the church and use the bodies buried in the graveyard for his experiments. And The very final entry in the journal reads, "My cover is blown. Those stupid peasants told some cleric about me and now he's trying to kill me. I managed to drive him off, but he'll be back soon. I will not die here cowering in fear. If this is to be the end of the great Nivid Norts, then I will make my end worthy of legend. My only regret is that I will not be able to finish my work. All the secrets of the weave that I am so close to uncovering will remain hidden. But who knows? Maybe someday someone will return to this place, discover this journal and my spell book, and carry on my great work. To that person, I say, good luck."
If we look through this room, can we find that spell book?
No.
So someone found it, and that's the one we are looking for. Hmm?
The Phantom? It's possible. Georgie is taking that tome, The Art of Trickery by Run the Road. You can always learn a few more tricks.
Absolutely. And okay, yeah, that's all you're finding of interest in that room. And let's see. Yes, as you move down to the hallway, Georgie, you see what's easily the largest room in this dungeon complex. There's several tables and worktops lining the southern wall. You see skeletons lying on some of these tables. There's various tools beside each worktop. In the corner of the room, there is a chalk circle drawn on the ground with various arcane sigils on it. There's a lever on the north wall which is currently pushed down. In the center of the room is a small pedestal. There's a small pedestal ion that pulses with a dull red glow, illuminating the room. There was apparently some sort of writing area, but the table and chairs are scattered and shattered on the floor. The entire area is splattered with blood, some dry, some not so dry. There are bones littering the floor. Some of them are very small sets of bones. The entire room is very cold, and as you step foot into the room, you hear an evil laugh echoing throughout the chamber. And if anyone would like to make a medicine check on the tools.
I don't.
Yeah, you're not able to tell much about the tools other than that they're medical instruments.
I'll take a look at them.
And yeah, Georgie, you're able to tell that these tools are used for for dissection, and you can tell that the skeletons were in various stages of dissection.
I'm thinking it's possible we should try to wipe that circle, the chalk circle with the sigils, and then pull the lever, because that lever most likely opens a door, and if there's any chance of saving that girl, we've got to get through that door as quickly as possible.
Okay, well, how do you reckon we smash a sigil on the floor? Just scuffle with our shoes?
Yeah, it's chalk. Doing it with our shoes should be good enough.
Start shuffling.
Okay, so you're wiping out the chalk outline on the floor. You do have this pulsing ion stone. It's
Oh, it's over here. Got it. Scrub.
And can I get everyone to make a initiative roll?
Oh, we did it.
Okay, and let me roll my initiatives. Okay, and you start to see two skeletons animating out of the pile. And need to delete him. And Georgie, you are up first on initiative, sir.
Georgie is going to cast Chill Touch on skeleton number 6.
You just thought you were.
Oh, he cast. It just went wild. And he's then going to back up a little bit to there. He's going to cast Help on Ticonderoga, and that will be his turn.
Okay, Madman, you're up.
And I'm gonna move here. Attack with a bow. There's a hit. Second attack. Another hit. And the third attack on the other one. So this one is with the red ambusher. I never know how that works. Yeah, red ambusher. And that's it.
Okay, and that skeleton ain't doing nothing. Ty, you're up.
Alright, we'll move forward and attack twice. Or once. Once is enough.
Okay, and Jordy.
Georgie was going to be pulling that lever, pushing it up.
I'm sorry, he was leaning over.
Yeah, to the north. You see a doorway open that leads, you can see back into the storage room area from this room. And you feel a brush, you feel this cold wind blow by you. And nothing happens, but you know, it's almost like some invisible creature just walked by you. And skeleton number 6 is dead, and we're just gonna stay in initiative order. And Georgie, you're up.
Wondering whether some invisible creature may have escaped from that room and gone past him. Georgie is still concerned most about trying to rescue the girl. He's going to approach into the storeroom to see what he can find there.
Yeah, Georgie, as you move up toward that doorway, in the northeast corner of the room, the big room, northwest corner, you're feeling that same air disturbance.
He's going to pull up his longsword then and take a swing at within range to see if he contacts anything.
Okay, just give me an attack roll out in the open if you would. And no, you do not feel it connect with anything.
He's going to give his Master of Tactics help to Madman, and that'll be, well, he's going to step another 5 feet. That'll be his total movement into the room.
Okay, yeah, you are in the storage room. And anything else?
Other than putting the help on Madman, that'll be it.
Okay.
So what did you do? What did you cast on me? That was
using my Master of Tactics capability, your next attack or check will be an advantage.
okay. So I will just move here. Can I feel or see anything?
Yeah, you're moving up there.
Yeah.
And yes, you are feeling an air disturbance coming from that corner there to the left of you.
So I will shoot an arrow there.
Yeah, just drag me an attack into the chat if you would. And yes, if you'll make a damage roll, you do feel that you made contact with something. Very nice.
So there's now an arrow floating in midair, stuck into something invisible.
Yes. And really, that would need to make him visible on the combat tracker. And do I have a photo? No, I do not.
He's invisible. We don't have a photo.
And anything else you'd like to do there? You got another attack if you'd like.
Yes. So now that would be a disadvantage. Now that I see I'm on contact or a range. I need to.
The help attack, is it good for one round or good for one hit?
I think it's just good for one action.
I believe that is correct. I'm removing it now.
So, yeah, you would just make a normal attack against it.
Miss. So then I can attack. Well, no, I was wearing my bow. Sorry, so I would not be able to use two hands fighting, I guess. So that's. No, I don't have. No, I'm not a rogue, so I cannot disengage. All right.
And Ty, you see this arrow get stuck in midair, and this Oni materializes. Or becomes visible.
Oh, that's what we're here for, right? Hideous thing.
Move to here. Targeted there. Let's just do this now. I'll go ahead and preemptively smite. And here's the attack.
Oh, shit.
And in the Discord chat, I just posted a photo of what you do see. Uh, 25 was a good hit.
Second attack. Oh no. All right.
Okay, and yeah, you see oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. And that is that's the wrong spell. Oh, I can only get 2 of you. You see this Oni stick out his hands, and this blast of cold air hits you. And con saving throw, and 8d8 damage.
Oof.
And yeah, that's all he can do.
Georgie comes back into the room. And I need to for you to approve that piece of my move so I can see what else is here.
You got... Here, let's just make life easier for everyone. And we're in the last room, so we'll just unhide the map for all of it.
He sheaths his sword as a free action, draws his bow, which is his action, and casts Help on Ticonderoga. Yeah.
Okay, so Manon will disengage, move here. So that's an action. So can I use a potion? No, I use my action. So I will cast Hunter Mark as a bonus action.
You know what? I'll give you a potion. If you want to take it.
Yes, I take the greater healing. How do I use that? I just roll the dice?
Yeah, just roll the dice.
+4, so that's 17.
It's a good roll.
Yep. So then I use that.
Okay,
right.
So
I think I'm done.
I've adjusted your wounds, and that will do it for your turn. Ty?
All right. Burning through it. That's a hit. Bam. Last first level slot.
Oh.
What happened to the advantage?
The advantage is for one action. I removed it.
Dang.
You know what? I should have given you all an inspiration point at the beginning of the game. Ty, if you would like to use an inspiration point to re-roll that, you can.
You are too benevolent, voiceless god in the sky. My first level slots are officially gone. I have dealt a total combined 47 damage.
Very nice.
That's a good round.
And you see He turns into this Grim Reaper form, and you can see that he is indeed now holding a scythe. And he is going to use 2 hands to swing it at you. And he misses.
Still, that's spicy.
He's going to come over to the other side of you.
George is going to move in order to get a clear shot, and he's going to throw one of the vials of Alchemist's Fire at the Odin.
Oh, sorry. It's been a crazy day at work today.
You're not very nice.
Nope. So it's a ranged attack, similar to my short bow then, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Hey, nice.
Trying to find what Alchemist's Fire rolls for.
That's 1d4.
Yeah.
Wait, it's 2d4.
Let's see. It's got to make a dex check. It shatters on impact, and yeah, it takes 1d4 at the start of its turn. So we will add damage ongoing. 1d4 fire, and it needs to go at the start of its turn. Okay, anything else you'd like to do, Georgie? Okay, Vannon, you're up.
Okay, so we'll use my last first level slot for Hunter's Mark. I'll put it away. And I will also use the feed favored foe that will add 1d4 if I hit. Hit from the first. Plus 1d4. That's
And
plus
2 more points. Got it.
second attack. Hits. And I think the favored foe thing also works on the second attack. Because it says when you hit a creature with an attack. So that's another one.
All right.
And sorry, did it take the Hunter's Marks on the first one? Yes, it did. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Ty.
All right. Well, I see I've got advantage again, so I might as well use it, although it's my last smite, so here we go. Roll to attack.
Good hit.
34 damage. Bam.
Bing.
And an additional 9. All right, here we go.
And he took 3 points from the Alchemist Fire,
I forgot
and
about it.
we are going to try that scythe again, and that's a miss, and we're gonna take a second swing on multi-attack, and that was a miss as well. And Georgie.
Georgie is going to step up 10 feet worth and pull out his rapier. And that should have been sneak attack because of the I've got
Okay.
party also within range. Forgot to put that effect on.
2d6.
Yeah, you've already rolled your damage, so just roll 2d6 in the chat and I'll add it.
Takes his bonus action to disengage and step back another 20 feet. That'll be his move.
Okay, so same. It's
And dead.
okay. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Drop to a knee.
Wow, that was tough.
You guys were great.
Absolutely. Yeah, you managed to destroy the Oni. On one of the tables down by Madman, you get a closer look at the one in the corner, and you are able to find the most recent young girl that was kidnapped. You're not able to find any of the other children alive, and as a group, you are able to determine that the other children did die horribly.
So the girl is alive, or
Yeah, the last girl kidnapped was alive. The other 4 kids that have been taken are not.
I would say we take all of them back, so at least the parents can bury the 4, and we can reunite the girl with the mother.
I will lay on hands myself. Does she look hurt, by the way?
No, she's just unconscious.
Okay. Breathing? I mean, just making sure. So still alive. Okay.
So you managed to get the bodies out. You know, the Nothic Rex is very thankful that you know you got rid of the primary evil. You lower the bodies down to.
Is he thankful enough to give us an additional reward?
You know. He is area 3, storage, no. We're in the dungeon, I need to go up. And, yes, I'm gonna throw him in the party sheet. He's going to give you a Pearl of Power. He's got a Wand of the War Mage. And he's got a Dread Helm that makes your eyes glow red when you wear it.
You become the meme. Great.
So, yeah, on your, you manage to get the bodies, you get your reward from the Nothic, and you leave the chapel, you lower the bodies down to the cliff, you know, Wacko Jacko's down there, and he puts the bodies, and he really didn't think that you all would return. Back at the town itself, you know, the one girl's parents, the one girl's mother is very thankful that you brought her daughter back alive. You know, it's a bittersweet time because, you know, you are carrying the bodies of several more kids, but, you know, quietly, you all are heroes, and, you know, to stop this menace, even though that, you know, 4/5 of the outcome was very negative. You know, they're providing you free room at the inn and meals and so forth. You got to pay your own bar tab, though.
Okay.
Gentlemen, this is the end of the Madman behind the Pews. Other than one or two wilderness encounters at the very beginning of this adventure, we have played through it all in 4 hours.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That was good. That was really good.
Georgie would like to take that Pearl of Power and another Alchemist's Fire Flask, if that's okay with the team.
I am interested in the Pearl of Power as well, so I don't.
Roll you for it.
1d4?
I was thinking 1d20, but sure, either.
Yeah, so which one? You take the low, the high?
1d20, I'll take the low.
Yeah, okay.
It's yours.
Cool.
And like I said, gentlemen, you're welcome to those items. And yeah, it was a decent little game. I enjoyed it.
Do you think we can find a way in city to sell the potion of longevity?
Yes, and yeah, they'll give you 4,500 gold pieces for it. And let me delete the one guy off the party sheet.
Does anyone want the Dread Helm?
I will take it for the memes.
I'm good. I'm good with look now with the Pearl of Power. I'm happy.
Okay.
So yeah, you all do end up with 1,500 gold pieces from selling the potion of longevity.
What about the Wand of the War Mage? Can either of you use that?
No. Can take it.
If you use spell attack rolls, you should totally take it. I use spell attack rolls, but it's usually done with a sword.
Okay, I will take it. At least one scroll of chill touch. There were 3, I've got 1, so somebody didn't take one.
I took one already, so
I guess maybe
I'm done.
Alrighty. That's that.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you for a wonderful game. I'm running the next 2 weeks on Fantasy Ground game days at the same time. The Pathfinder 2 Beginner's Box, if you're interested. And if not, I run games pretty much every Fantasy Grounds Thursday.
Good.
All right, man. Well, thanks for the game again.
Thank you very much. Very
Yes,
well.
definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
This was
Not a
fun.
problem. Y'all have a fantastic evening and a great weekend.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Same to you. Bye.